It's time for Vechtersbazen!
De Vechtersbazen zijn terug in je leven. Terug op je beeldscherm of op je oren, hoe je deze podcast ook tot je neemt. Je weet, we zijn er elke week met de beste verhalen van je favoriete vechters van nu, heden, verleden of toekomst. Legends, coaches, weet je, ze komen allemaal voorbij. En de man die hier vandaag zit, ik ben heel blij dat hij hier is in een speciale extra aflevering van de Vechtersbazen. Is echt een legend. We gaan zoveel verder in het Engels. Glover Teixeira, former UFC champion. You understand any of what I just said?
No. Say Glover Teixeira, though.
Yeah, you understand that, right? Glover, I'm very happy you're here in Amsterdam. You're here for a seminar at Gym Royale, and you're coaching U3 at the LFL. But most of all, I just want to talk about you, man, because it's been just about a year now since you hang up the gloves. You quit professional fighting. Yeah. I want to ask you, do you miss it at all?
I miss the competitions of the getting ready. Like I was seeing U3 yesterday, Sharon Box and getting ready and cut the last few pounds for the fight and like, man, it's like it's like getting back and like you can see his eyes, you can see his body, he's like the way he moves, and it's like he's ready to go. And I miss that time to, the focus that you go whatever, 12 o'clock at night. Like sometimes, different countries, you go like, hey, what time is the train? Oh, we're going to train at 1 a.m. today,
Yeah.
because the time difference. So just this kind of things I miss, because it's a work, and it's like 1 a.m. Because if you think about it, it's like, oh, we're going to Singapore, we're going to whatever, And 1 a.m, you're going to Singapore, you're going to train at 1 a.m. What are you going to do there? We're going to Sweden, Europe, you're going to work out like 12 o'clock at night. So, yeah, because it's a job, getting ready, get ready for that competition. Yeah, I miss that part of, and being in the fight week. I miss that. But to be honest, like, fighting itself.
Also some things you don't miss, I imagine.
The camps, the long camps is definitely like was getting too much on myself, on my body, and I was like, man, I think I burned out a little bit,
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I retired. I'm enjoying my life right now with pass it on, being coach and find out more being coach. The more I'm coach, in the beginning I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. I was like, but now I kind of feel like I'm in this guy's corner, and I'm here and I'm starting with him. It's not about, it's a responsibility, but hey, man, I'm not trying to tell anybody I'm the best coach, and just, it's like I'm going to do my best. That's all I can do, like me with Alex right now, big fights coming up. I just do my very best with him,
Yeah. I mean, you've done something that a lot of fighters can do, right? Because you stepped out when you were still on top. You were in a title fight. You didn't win the title fight, but you were in the title fight, you're still on top, and after that you retire. And a lot of fighters that don't know the right moment, because it's difficult, right? Because you always think the next fight is going to be better and better, and a lot of fighters miss that point. I think they go on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But for you, it's the most remarkable story, because you were like the oldest first-time UFC champion in history. So that by itself is already remarkable. But getting out at this moment, I think that it takes courage and perseverance to maintain that. How do you feel about that?
I think it was to be honest, like I say, when Alex come, I was gonna fight Thiago Santos, and I was already like in emotion, like 40, 41.
Mm-hmm.
When I fought for the title, 42 years old, and it was just like, for me, it was a blessing. When I signed with UFC, it takes me a long time to sign with UFC. I was 32, and for me it was like, hey man, see, it takes me a while to get here, but I'm here. And if I'm in UFC until I'm 40, that's it. I'll be a happy man, because I still got 8 years. Because people say, oh, you lose some time in your prime to be in UFC. But I say I still got 8 years, right? So if I fight it, but then I was there to 43, right? So I was more than enough. And then I fought the title, 42. But when he come for Thiago, that's when I was like thinking like, yeah, man, a couple more fights, I'm gonna fight for the title. That's what I want, if I and in my mind is like, I'm gonna fight for the title. I'm gonna defend it 2 times and I probably done, man.
Yeah.
And I did 2 fights. I fought for the title and I didn't defend the belt, but I fought for the belt again. 2 more fights, trying to defend the one and fight again. The rematch supposed to be, but yeah, I was like, you know what, man, I was not enjoying the camp anymore.
No.
Getting too old in the body, man, was breaking me down, hurt my body every time, and it's like, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I live simple. I get my set life. I don't have a big mansion, but also I don't have to go crazy, struggle so much and fight. I just live simple.
You're set.
Set, yeah.
Set for life. Good.
Thank you.
I understand. A big name like you, after you retire from the UFC, probably you get a lot of offers like from Bare Knuckle or other organizations. How hard is it? Probably throw big money at you. I mean, I can understand that it's tempting, right? If you can maybe go into Bare Knuckle. I don't know if it's for you, but go into Bare Knuckle, make $1 million or whatever.
I never. It's been offered there, but like it's not. It's like for me to come back, it's gotta be worth it. It's gotta be worth it. It's gotta be like if I fight, it's gotta be big fights and stuff like that, and big money. And I'm not the guy that put it out there that I wanted to come back. So it's been talk about it, but nothing crazy, nothing somebody come to me and say you offer. But it's been talk about like, hey man, if you ever want to fight, this guy, let me know. It's been like just talking like that,
Yeah.
But they respect my retirement. Nobody's kind of like pushing or offering this much or that much. No.
What would it take for you if they come and like I give you $10 million? Would you do it?
Yeah. Yeah, 10 million be good.
10 million, yeah?
That's it.
1 million?
No, it depends, depends on the fight, right? It's like, depends who I fight, Depends who I fight. I will not fight like Junior Dos Santos for 1 million.
Yeah, Junior Dos Santos,
because of the
freaking, also, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But like, no, man, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not, it isn't for the money anymore. But like, if I'm gonna get out of my couch and get out of my comfortable zone again and go out there and push my heart, it's got to be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, also you've been in you've been fighting for a very long time. You've been in a lot of wars, real wars. I know you've also been advocating for research to like brain damage, stuff like that for former fighters, what the blows to the head do and stuff like that. It's also something that's in your mind, you get out while you're still healthy, that you don't want to deteriorate when you get older.
No, not really. I never really worried about that too much. You got to be careful and you got to train smart. We train very smart. We're not trying to, like I tell people, we gotta help each other to get better, not to hurt each other and go in the gym injury. Like guys training so hard, spar so hard at the time. You go in the fight with your rib is hurting, your leg is hurting from leg kicks. Your arm is hurting from blocking kicks.
Yeah.
Imagine like me and Alex going spar hard every day, like blocking his kicks all the time. Even if I don't block, I'm out, right? But if I block, he still's gonna be in the arms. That punishment in the arms. So that you gotta be careful if you wanna have a long career, longevity, and preparation, conditioning. But I never really, because to be honest, man, life is, you can't prevent, right? Like I was telling you, like I don't like a whole roller coaster, but like I don't think you can prevent things, you can't, if it's that to happen, will happen, you know what I mean? So because you see the things, like these guys over there, they have like maybe one knockout and have like problems, with the brain. And maybe these guys over there, they have like 50 knockouts,
no
man.
problem. Yeah.
No problems, So, yeah, it's there to happen. And like that goes with disease, and everything. Some people eat so healthy, and some people, I always preach that I eat healthy. I like to eat organic. And sometimes I cheat. And when I cheat, I feel bad, Oh, I'm not eating well. I'm eating too much sugar, But for me, it's the way I live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, day by day, they make me feel better.
Yeah.
Day by day. It's not like afraid that I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that disease, because I think you see that all the time. People, athletes, you get to. So, but yes, training, definitely. I feel like most of the injury, the fighters, is in the training room. So they gotta prevent that in training.
Because the most damage happens during hard sparring, stuff like that. This is a funny thing. If you travel around the world, which you have, you train in different cultures with different, in Holland we have a history of hard sparring, right? Because if you go to any Dutch gym, you go to the big gyms in Amsterdam, you go to sparring, it's like they're fighting all the
hard
time.
Sparring,
Yeah.
Well, boxers too, they used to go very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming down now. I think with I feel like a lot of people have been training much smarter right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with all this videos, tech, internet, and see the way the guys has been talking about. A lot of champions been talking about. Got to be very smart, because it's too much injury. Too much injury, like injury before fight. Like $1 million fight, or $5 million fight, or $10 million. There's like it's a lot in line.
Yeah,
and that's a lot in the line for $10 million, but then you go with the guys that fight for $50,000, $100,000.
yeah.
They're not making much money, but they need their money.
They still take the same damage.
And they go hard, and to cancel that fight is tough. So
yeah, but I agree. I think with the difference between if you fight maybe twice or 3 times a year, opposed to sparring every week 2-3 times for 10 rounds or 12 or whatever, you probably get a lot more damage there. Where do you stand on that? Because there's like this new wave, like Max Holloway and some other guys are like, we don't spar anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where do you stand on that? You think sparring should be part of your camp, your preparation, or you think at some point when you're so experienced like yourself, you've been in it for so many years, you know what to do, you don't really need the sparring anymore?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have success with Robbie Lawler.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a lot of drills. He didn't spar much. I think sparring needed for timing to get that conditioning, so you be more confident in that condition. But like, like drills, hard drills, that can compensate that too. But we do a light spar, man. We don't never go too crazy, but we're doing a good spar. Alex is the kickboxer, so every once in a while, but Alex control everything. He just he likes to go with boxers, and he goes sometimes like hard sparring me. I don't like it too much when he go and train in the boxing gym, but that's it. That's what he likes to do. In camp we focus more in everything.
Yeah.
So, but off camp, man, that guys go everywhere. He spar everywhere, and when he goes to boxing gym, they go pretty hard. But
yeah, he likes it.
He likes it.
I was wondering with Alex.
It's good for him.
He was still with Glory, and in fight week, I don't remember which fight it was, but he was defending his belt, his Glory belt, and I think 2 or 3 days before the fight, he had a seminar here at a local gym. So he did the seminar for 1 hour, and then after he was like, I want to spar. So he's like in the gym to some guys, who wants to spar? And he gets in the ring. This is 2 days before his fight, and he spars everybody in the gym. I'm talking like 20 guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, and he's knocking guys out, right? He's punishing them and kicking guys out of the ring. But like, dude, you have a fight in 2 days. What if you kick on a knee, or you get an injury, or you get accidents do happen, right? And we're like, man, he's such a different beast.
Yeah, man. He's like he's different. He's his mentality, and like I say, he's the kind of guy that you'll see him doing those things, and it never really happens to him. Like I say, sometimes preventing too much, it happens. It's like, it's tough to say, man. I think you just gotta be smart, gotta be, but you can't take it too serious.
Yeah.
Like Alex, he'll go in, he spy everybody. He goes in a class. He was he go light with anybody, but you never know what I'm saying to him. Is like you never know. Then the guy come and trying to test you. Then you're gonna have to go hard. And maybe sometimes even when you kick, you kick somebody hard, you kick an elbow,
Yeah.
and then you go in a fight with a hurt foot, So, or punch somebody in the top of the head, hurt your hand. It's like, it's not worth it, man, going hard.
Talk about Alex. I mean, there's been a lot being said about the connection between you and people be saying that your resurgence, right? Like late in your career, becoming UFC champion, had a lot to do with you connecting with Alex at some point, started training with him, that you thrived off each other's energy. How do you see that, about that connection and how you helped each other over the years?
Yeah, great connection, the guy very respectful coming in there, right away we connect, like the same thing, same musics. He's like, we talk, when I start talking, to him, he's like, oh man, I know. I used to go this place. I used to know this. I used to, oh, I like that music, this. And the way we training, the mentality that he had, like, and I'm always like, right away, I was super impressed, with his mindset, the way he learning things, and the way his hard work. So right away, I was like, this guy's special, man. This guy's gonna, and he say you really wanna to fight in UFC at that time. You still have one fight in glory, but you say, yeah, well, eventually I wanna move and fight in UFC, man. And I say, if you go in UFC, man, you're gonna be champ.
Yeah.
You're gonna be champ. First, I say, in 2 years, 2.5 years, you're gonna be a champ. And then after you train for like 3 months, I start telling everybody like, this guy will be champion in about a year. 1 year. And exactly 1 year after his debut in UFC, he become a champion.
Yeah, insane. I mean, that whole story of him, because he had the backstory with Adesanya would help him a lot, of course, to get that soon. But that whole story of him getting in the UFC, getting the middleweight title first, then going up to light heavyweight, avenging your loss with Yuri and getting the belt from him. It's if you write it as a movie, people are like, no, man, it's too much fantasy. You don't believe it, right?
Yeah. That's cool, man. The guy, he's special. We have like a good connection. Nothing crazy, like, but like thinking like, I respect what he's saying. He says sometimes what we gonna do, how we're gonna plan this camp, how we're gonna do this, and it's doing good. We're doing good, and we're doing the right thing, and it's working.
Yeah. What would you say you benefited most of training with him?
Man, a lot of things, With first was like, I think visualizing, like his vision for the fight, in the fight game, his calmness, like I want to go, take him down, get him out of there, And Alex is like the fact the way he see the distance and vision the fight the most, and that helps me a lot. And stay calm, stay relaxed, and take the time, punch it together with the fake, doing the fake like the way he thinks. He make the guy do the mistake. So that was one very important. It helped me a lot in my striking and my ability to defend. Later on in my fights was better defending, even though like those guys was faster than me, but I was able to go with a punch and defend them more, But and other than that, like how strong he is and how he's very calm, man. Even though he's in a bad situation, a lot of times, like if I take him down, or Caio take him down, and we are black belt in jiu-jitsu, and this is before, not even now. This is like in the beginning, and we black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he knows he's like, oh, now I'm in their world, you know? And we thought he would freak out because that's what most people do. You take a striker down, you know, usually they start freaking out trying to get
fish
up.
out of water,
Yeah. They start freaking out. They gotta get up. And Alex is very calm, you know. He was very calm, very relaxed, and that helps me to see it the way he sees things, and he learning, he listening, and that whole package, man. Very, very one dimension. Like he get that focus on the fighting. He's only talk about it, you know.
Yeah, I think one of the things he learned from you, I don't know, maybe you know better, that have a more light approach to life sometimes, because you're always like very relaxed, you know. You focus when you need to be, but you know you're a cheerful guy most of the time. And while Alex, because I know him for some years, before you never see him smile. He was always like intimidating all the time, like very serious all the time. Now sometimes you see him make jokes and smile. He opens up a little bit more. I think maybe he gets that from you, huh?
Maybe. I hope so. You know, well, like no, I think it's just the people, you know, in general, like he's starting understanding more the way everybody is, you know, in a way like, oh, I know, like you go with him right now, you treat him the same way, you know, that you treat him before. So he knows you for a long time more. So he get more comfortable with the people around him more, you know, and yeah, positive vibe, you know. He's a positive guy, and he's gonna attract positive people in his life, and yeah. You gotta smile sometime. Yeah, I joke with him. I say, bro, you can smile, you know. I tell with his kids all the time, like, you know, take a picture like this. I say, yeah, you can smile. You know, it's a family picture.
Yeah.
You can smile.
You don't have to intimidate. Yeah, man. I remember one time he was, we took him to a tattoo shop, because we're doing a series on Glory YouTube for about fighters and their tattoos. So we took Alex when he was in Fight Week, I think in Chicago. And I'm standing there next to him, talking to him, but he doesn't speak English. So Plinio was there behind the camera to translate before. And he's talking, but while I'm talking and Plinio's translating, he's looking at me like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So I said to Plinio, I said, can you ask him if he's mad at me or something? Because he's staring me down. I'm getting a little bit intimidated here. So Plinio translate. And then the first time I see Alex smile, because I said, no, sorry. This is just my face. I was like, okay. I started to just take the shit personal, man.
I don't think he realized that. Like, he really he just look at you like, if I'm serious, like listen to you, I'll just be normal, right? Like this.
Yeah.
And he would be like, that's his normal face. Would be like,
yeah, looking at me like I'm food.
Yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, Alex funny, man. But yeah, good heart guy, man. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. That's why things are happening with him the way it is, you know. Great heart, helping his family, helping everybody that I can see, you know. A guy, a champion mentality. Like I say to people all the time, champions that I see, all those high-level people, and somehow, some way, they doing something good, man.
Yeah.
And that's why it really manifested something good. And most of the guys not even not talking about it, you know. Don't tell about it. They're just helping the people without bragging about it, you know. And that's what beautiful things happen in their life. You know?
I would also say you were early in life when you came. You were like 19, you told me, when you came from Brazil to America first time, like big adventure, different country, different language, different everything. At some point you get acquainted with Chuck Liddell. And then at that point already a seasoned veteran, knows the ropes, been through it all. I think a very important figure in your life as a mentor. And you could say you are the same now for Alex down the line, right? There's some similarities there.
I mean, what it is a friendship. Yes, I think the way you know, Chuck at that time. Now I look up to him, look up to uh, being here. Crazy because when you say that, because one like was the guy, right, that I was to be like him, and then Alex come, and the difference, right, that you put there.
Mm-hmm.
One was I was inspired on, now inspire Alex, but they very similar in the style and the mentality, the way they think, you know, the way they
Yeah.
training, very similar. The way even a lot of ways I say like Chuck Liddell, like the mentality, the fight week, you know, even though Chuck was, but the relaxation, you know, Chuck was more like going out, you know, he'd go out in the club, hang out with his friend, not drink or anything
Mm-hmm.
in the week of the fight, you know, but he will go out, he likes to hang out more. And Alex will stay more, also like to hang out a lot with his friends, and he go out too. He don't stay out late or anything, but he will go out and hang out with hang out, man, like stay in the beach, you know. Like I say, Alex, you know, because me when I come to a week of the fight, I was more like relaxed at the room, you know,
Yeah.
relaxed. It was
Little
so
bit.
tight, can't wait
Yeah.
to relax because I thought it's going out, hanging out. I like it, but it gets me tired, you know. Those guys, they don't care, you know. They're very like, I'm okay, man. I'm good, man.
How important was it though? Because, like I said, when you were 19, you came to America, and everything is like, just, I mean, it must be a shock, right? Like so many different things. You're all by yourself. At some point, you had to go back because of the visa issues, everything. Um, Meeting with like the coaches you met at the time, and connecting with like a mentor like Jacques Ladell. How important has that been in your life and in for the rest of the development of your career?
Oh man, you know, I come over here. I mean, to America. I was 19, and I never trained, and I start training there, and I find out because one of the first guy that I fought was from Chuck's camp, you
Mhm.
know, and then John Hackman, Chuck come to my lock room, and John Hackman say, "Hey, you can come train if you come train," because they saw the heart, the determination, young, you know. Say if you want to come train with us, we help you, you know. And he helped Chuck, you know, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, and then I, of course, I accept the offer, went there, and that was amazing, man. Being around all the people that I met in my life, and I was just telling Melvin right now. Melvin is over there with Alex. You know, Melvin is one of the guys that is in our fight team training with us. I told him, man, appreciate every moment that you there with Alex, knowing all these people, knowing all these coaches, all different mentality that you can see, and like Bruce Lee say, right?
Mhm.
Pick everything that you is gonna work for you from each person,
Mhm.
from each style, and use it, and but learn everything. Which is not gonna work, you don't have to use it, but learn it anyway, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. So that was all experience for me to travel and meet all those people. Pedro Rizzo, Marco Ruas, you know, all
King
the
of the
legends.
streets. Yeah.
Peter Arts, I trained
Yeah.
with Peter Arts over here. This was the beginning. It was like that was the greatest thing happened. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I say, later on, I think I retired in the right time because I was not enjoying. Like now, I'm enjoying again because I'm just as a coach. I come over
Have a
here,
little
I'm
bit
Amsterdam.
distance. Yeah.
You know, I just want to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Man. If you
Don't have
if
the
you
mental
tell me
pressure.
like the day that I go to that bed, all right, is this like, did I fight for money or the way I love it every minute of the fight? Yeah,
Mm.
it's good to fight for the money because you want to have you have a job, you have family, right? But the joy, right? Training with Peter Arts, coming over here,
Yeah.
Amsterdam for the first time, you know, and with Pedro Rizzo, Marco Ruas. I mean, you name it, man. Chuck Liddell, you know, meeting Randy Couture, training with Matt Leland, that was like in the beginning, the Murilo Bustamante, all those guys,
Oh,
man.
legends, yeah.
All legends,
Yeah. Oh, why? But why do you like fighting so much? Because I always say, if you think about the basic principle of fighting, you lock yourself inside a cage with another guy who wants to kill
Mhm.
you. You want to kill him. If you think about it, it's crazy, right? You
Mhm.
know, if you think about it sensibly, nobody would do it. But still, a lot of people do it, or they love watching it. What is it for you that you love so much about fighting? What is that feeling?
Well, there's competition, right? If you think about it, the kids in school, and I was a kid in school, like know nothing about fighting, like 5, 6, 7, 10, in the middle school. So you go over there and you want to wrestle your friends. You want to wrestle, pin them, grab them, get them in headlock, and then they have to say a word, a word quitting, you know what I mean? Mate, like for the blood sport, remember?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta say
man.
mate.
Yeah.
But like it's like fighting is there, it's like that competition of like, I'm better than you, I'm gonna and it's not like it is, if you think about that, like I'm better, the ego, right? But it's the man's like, I want to fight, I want to prove my technique, but it's friendship, but like, I'm stronger than you, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, and you say, no, you're not, that was how I started, the
Yeah.
Greco and everything. So in the fighting, yes, it's that competition. I was born with that from early age. I just love martial arts. I just love fighting. I want to wrestle my friends, and tell me I'm the strongest. I'm the strongest in my class. So
Yeah.
that's
You've done
what-
all that. You achieved all that, man. You beat everybody. Not everybody, but
yeah,
almost
yeah.
everybody. You
Yeah,
became
a
the
lot of
champion. You
people.
came to the top of the mountain, right?
Uh-huh.
That must be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we come later on, you like your mentality change, right? You see the world like um when it gets to the top of the mountain, it gets harder, right? So I tell people right now, in the beginning, it gets harder and harder and harder,
Mm-hmm.
and get less and less people in the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it gets closer to the top, less and less, less and less. That's why top 10, top 20, top 30, top 50,
Mm-hmm.
top 100, because it goes up, it go in number one,
Yeah.
and then it go pound for pound, you know. Um, yeah, it's like Sylvester Stallone says, thin, the air is hard and it's lonely. Yeah, because you have to have that discipline, the hardcore discipline to stay at the top, And but when you see that mentality like that, you go in and like, all right, just gotta, but you gotta have fun as you're doing and say, you know what, I'm just gonna do my very best over here and stay in the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for 10 years in that top over there, trying to get to the number one that I still think in my weight class there was John Jones, you know. That was the fight that I had that I'm proud of the fight, and I think that was the fight could have happened again, later on, but he was the still today the top of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he's the pound for pound.
Yeah. Insane, but
He's out there.
like a once in a lifetime talent, right? Like
Yeah.
these kind of guys, every once a generation, those kind of guys come up. But even fighting guys like that, I mean, even though you didn't win the fight, I can imagine you learn a lot from those fights, being in there with those guys for 25 minutes,
Yeah, you learn from the fight. You learn how to train, how to adapt. That's what I like it too about the fight is like I'm always it's not the ego too, but that because you go in and it's like how can I beat these guys? Go
Mhm.
back to the drawing board that they say, right? So how can I beat these guys? And he started like, I can't beat him, I can't, So you think like when I lost to John Jones, I remember going back home in the car, all beat up, all stitched up, but like I was and thinking happy, like what, the fight is done, make my money, go home, go rest a little bit, go stay with my wife, go relax this week because the camp is over. Because you're always happy after a fight in a way because the camp is over, man. Especially when it's a hard camp, you know? Like, now I'm going back home. Because most of fighters, they leave home, right? They do camp. Like I was doing in Florida at that time. I'm going back home. I'm happy. But I was thinking, I can beat this guy. Gotta go take a week off, relax, find a way again.
Yeah.
And go back
Develop
and start
yourself.
training.
Yeah.
And start training. And in the end, I was like, I couldn't have that anymore. I was like, hey, man, I think I'm getting too old for those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I was not thinking like, man, if I almost beat Jamal Hill, man. I think I can beat him,
Yeah.
Was not that thinking anymore, I was thinking like, yeah, man, that was tough. I think I'm getting too old,
Yeah.
So my mind already is like, yeah, so I think it was time.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm not going to fight anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's probably the wise decision. And like I said in the beginning of the podcast, it's the harder decision you make, right? Because for a lot of fighters, it's always going to be, no, I can do better next time, and I still have it in. And because the decline, it doesn't go from 100 to 50. It goes from 100 to 98. It goes slowly, right?
Yeah.
So you don't notice it right away. So you think you get back on top. At some point, you cannot reverse it. And again, I think that's the most difficult thing. That's why, like I said, I admire you got out on top.
Mhm.
Which is a very, very, very rare thing to do for fighters. Because most fighters, they take one fight too many,
Yeah.
or two or three fight
Yeah.
too many, right? Yesterday I was watching a documentary on Oscar De La Hoya, one of the greatest boxers of all time, and he did great things also outside the sport with his promotion, everything. But he was on top of his game for a long time, and then at some point, it declined, and then he starts losing all the time, and he goes on a little bit too long, right? And
Yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah, a lot of fighters, yeah, but like, like I feel like a few fighters do that, and like, it happens,
Yeah, but like Tony Ferguson, for instance.
They like it.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson at some point was on his crazy 12-fight winning streak, the fight we never got to see Tony Ferguson against Khabib, and then at some point he goes over the hill and now he starts losing, and now he's losing to guys that maybe 10 years ago they were not allowed to stand in the shadow, right? For me as a fan, and I'm not to judge, I'm not to tell anybody to have to stop fighting, because if they love it, if they make money, great glory to them, do it. But for me as a fan, it hurts because I don't want to see that guy losing all the time. Because I remember him when he was beating everybody up, right? When he was the best in the world, one of the best in the world. And it's difficult, man.
Yeah, but think you gotta when you think in a way like, okay, getting hurt, like, yes, it's tough to see guys that you like and getting knocked out, right? Like knocked out cold, right? And I see like that happens with Chalk,
Yeah.
and that hurts my heart, right? And then you're like, yes, you're getting more nervous. And that's what I feel about my retirement, was more like that too. I feel like people around me was getting more nervous than before, Like before, in the beginning of my career, for example, my wife was nervous. My family would get nervous, of course, but man, it was different, And then later on, it was more like, oh man, because they don't want to, because they saw the fights, right? First of all, is this, saw Glovis 42, it's like they start getting nervous, So you start getting nervous for guys, they start losing a lot, especially by knockout. So people, your friends, your friend is fighting all the time. You kind of like, oh man, he's fighting again. I hope he do good, But longer, then the end of the day is like Tony Ferguson, like Clay Guida, I think Clay Guida have like 4 one-time 5 fight winning streak, losing streak, come back up. But if they love what they doing and they go over there and they healthy doing and training and
Yeah, what can
and
you
they
say?
enjoy it, you know, and they're not doing that because it's sad the two ways because you got to see the background why they doing, you know. The guy's just loving, that's what he's doing. He's making money, he's
Yeah.
entertaining people because people love to watch like guys like that, Clay Guida, Tony Ferguson,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, even myself, I go over there and find Chuck, like whoever, man, but we would be sad if they maybe not manage the money or they be fighting for money or this or that, you know. That would be sad, you know.
Yeah.
That's like, if you see why, you know.
Yeah.
You see, like, a lot of the times is how you doing, how you thinking, you know. And of course, getting knocked out all the time,
Not good. Not good.
sometimes this goes, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's time to stop because some people born with chin, some who don't have no chin, and some lose the
Your
chin
chin
later.
over years, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and some never, like George Foreman, no, never lose the chin. Fight to like 50 years
50,
old.
yeah,
and,
yeah, crazy. He was
you know,
like
and get
48
hit,
and
get
still getting
knocked
world
out.
champion.
Yeah, he got knocked out before. He got hit before, but he never lose it.
No.
You know.
No.
So, but like you gotta respect it. Hey man, I can't take a shot like I used to anymore. You know.
No. I ask you a personal question, and I don't know, maybe you talked about it before. The moment in the fight with Yuri, yeah? The end of the fight, you're winning the fight, and you think maybe you go for the takedown, and you lose the fight. Yeah. How many times in your mind did you replay that moment? I should have done that different. Because I remember just being a fan of yours. I was watching it, and it's like one of the greatest fights ever. One of my top 5 favorite fights of all time, 100%. And it was crazy going back and forth, but you were winning the fight. And when you did that, I was like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sitting in front of the TV, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't, no, the tap was like, oh man, why did I let the arm slide there?
Yeah.
Because that was like a very, how you say, it was a moment of sleep, man. It's a moment that like, we both tired. I felt he was tired, and I just stayed in that position, like, you know, I'm just gonna see what he's gonna do with it. He's gonna try to put the hooks in, something like that, I think. And I never thought he would go in right there because it's a position that is hard to get, you know. And boom, right away he goes, and he goes out quick, and I tried to roll him over, and it was already the real Nick. Was too fast, you know, was too fast. And that was like, that moment played my head a little bit like, how could I do different there? On that moment, you know? How could I defend there? Should I roll and pull my guard? I shouldn't stand up, but like, yeah, that takedown, that guillotine wasn't. Well, no, that was instinct, man. I saw he was hurt. I saw the neck.
Yeah.
I have a good guillotine, and I went for, and no, that was instinct, you know, and it's something that I do.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
That's all right.
it wasn't like a striker would go for a submission, you know.
Yeah.
That's something that I do. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't that moment there I play my head a little bit, like I say, in the back there, but I never really
bothered you too much.
bothered.
Good.
I don't think
I'm
much
happy for
yeah.
that. Because, honestly, it bothered me a little bit. Like, man, what are you doing? Because I was so.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I had to fight in the pocket, but yeah, it was really one of the greatest fights ever. In your long career, over 20 years, when were you the most happy?
My career is got to be when I win the title. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, my career, yes, definitely. A lot of moments, man, life situation is changing over. I think over the time with like how we see things, right? Like I think I'm very happy where I am right now with the mindset that I have, with everything that's going on and everything that happens in my life, and I kind of like, oh man, I understand it. This is amazing, you know. But my career, yeah, definitely when I got that belt, man.
Yeah, emotional moment, right? You remember that feeling when it happened?
Man, yeah, it's like that more. If I go back here, when I lived, looking was just like going through my head, like, oh shit, man, I'm a UFC world champion, And I look around, and it was
Yeah,
great moment.
was it also in that moment? Like, I don't know. Maybe did you see the whole story of your life? I mean, you dealt with a lot of adversity, like we said already. Coming here when you're 19, having to go back to Brazil, and being an illegal immigrant in the beginning, and getting to the title fight, losing the title fight. Having moments of doubt maybe in your career, making the resurgence, coming back up. So many things happened during that. You have a long career, and a lot of things happened in your life, man. And in that moment, does it come all together?
Yeah, it's exactly what you say, except you go 10 times faster in your mind, right? That's why you get emotion because you talking with the person over here, but you're going like you remember what your grandfather told you someday, and you remember like when John Hackman told me like I was gonna be a champion, and when Chuck said I was gonna be a champion, when Mike Tyson walk in the ring in the cage another day and say, "You'll be a champion one day, man," and all day is like, yeah, they all say that, and here I am,
Yeah, I made it.
yeah, accomplished.
Yeah, amazing, man. If you could get 19-year-old Glover coming to America by himself, big adventure, don't know what's going to happen. Looking back now, 43-year-old Glover, 44, 43, what?
44 now.
44 now, 44-year-old Glover, with everything you know now, what advice would you give to a 19-year-old Glover?
Oh, Glover there. Ah, man. Say, read the book, The Power of Now.
I don't know.
Understand that book, and I'll say, yeah, and focus more. And from that book, I can say read more books, Dave Gaga wasn't around at the time, But yeah, that's what I would say, man. Read that book because that book helps my focus. From that book, I read so many different books and change my vision. And I believe that I will become a champion when I was 42 because of my understanding in the world different, and the way things work, the way things are manifested, because when you can understand it, the way to let it go, to let it, whatever, man, you're gonna be a champion or not, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because first of all, it doesn't matter because that's nothing. Who you and who we are is not what we accomplish. Is nothing. We just who we are. And if you have to like him, if I win the title, he's gonna like me. If I win the title, he's not gonna like me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like who cares, right? Like, and if I win the title, he don't like me. That don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like then when you let those things go, then yeah, you just do it. You just do it, and you're like, hey man, this is it. I'm just gonna fight. It's another fight, and it's this. So when I let those things go, I become a champion. So I learn so much how manifestation and everything else.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I
Perfect.
would say that read that book. So pay attention. And any 19 years old should read that book because if you deal with any
Adversity, yeah.
anything, man, that book is money.
Power of Now.
Power of
Okay,
Now.
I'm gonna read it tonight.
Yeah.
I will. I don't know it. I have two more things. First of all, you're here also in Amsterdam, part of it to coach Yusri, to corner Yusri in this LFL title fight. So by the time we publish this podcast, the fight will already have been. So let's hope you go home back with another champion in your gym. But I think the story of Yusri and Alex also a remarkable story, right? Fighting each other 3 times in kickboxing, now becoming friends, training partners, being part of the Glover Teixeira family, you know. You coming here, cornering him. How is it working with him, and how does he fit into your philosophy and everything?
Usually, man, first of all, that person that he is, you know, the guy is like again, you know, this is what I talk to you, power of now, you know, vibration, thing, situation, usually is in the same thing, man. Like a great guy, but like, and George would talk about me is like how good this guy was, you know, like, Glover, you gotta see this guy, man. He learned some ground. He's gonna be next level champ, man. And Yusri has everything under his belt to be a champion, man.
Yeah.
Because he's very athletic. He's very good, very smart fighter. You know, he have the eyes and the hard worker. He's the guy. He's the kind of guy that you have to bring him down all the time because he always go hard. Like, not hard, I'm saying he trained in my gym a lot and he trained with everybody. He trained with the guys that if he wants, he will knock the guys out in 1 minute. But he's not go hard like that. I'm saying like he always training hard. So if you say like, let's drill a little bit jiu-jitsu, he go hard. Yeah. He likes to work hard, man. And put a lot of potential, a lot of determination. I put a lot of faith that he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be a top, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's gonna make it to the UFC.
He's gonna be a top. He's gonna be top for like one guy told me, he said, you're gonna be in UFC, Glover, and you're not gonna be in UFC. You're gonna be top 5 in a couple years in UFC. You're gonna be top 5. I don't know, champion, but you're gonna be top 5 for a long time. And that's what I say. Usually the potential that he has is to be top 5 in next few years.
Yeah, in the UFC?
Oh, yeah. The world,
Yeah, okay,
whatever.
Okay, yeah.
UFC, PF, I'd say top 5 of the world.
Top 5 of the world. Okay, we're looking forward. I love Yusri. I know Yusri for a long time, also from kickboxing background. And like I said, him and Alex connecting on this way, I think was also one of the beautiful things in this sport, right? Going from foes to friends and training partners, and also helping each other getting to the next level, right? I think that's a beautiful thing about the sport, because that's all about ego, right? You have to put your ego aside in order to do that, because usually he beat Alex once, but he lost twice against him. So in order to go in there and train with him and be okay, and try to learn with him, you have to be humble. You have to put your ego aside, which I think speaks for his character, you know?
Yeah. No, he's him and Alex, man, he's like right away. They train good, they train smart. He's got to see. It's beautiful to watch him training, you know, like the high level technique, the speed, and Alex is very, very smart, very quick. And Alex come down and go like, oh man, Yusri is dangerous, man. He's Glover. I gotta be sharp when I come over here with this guy. This guy helped me a lot, and they love each other. And yeah, man. And Yusri is definitely championship material, man. Championship level, man. We gotta work and more his everything, you know, in his defense and his ground stuff, and definitely, you know, champion material there.
Good.
Man.
So we have another Dutch guy in the UFC. That's
No
what
doubt.
we like that. My final thing I want to ask you, obviously not going to tell me what Alex's next fight, whatever next move is going to be. Maybe we don't even know. He's been flirting lately a little bit, maybe with going up to heavyweight, which would like only add to the already legendary story to get like belts in 3 different weight classes. You think he's gonna do it, or you think you should do it?
I mean, we got whatever, you know. That's his managed thing. Like, to be honest, I think Alex can fight in any weight class. You know, he's like he's confident, and he's like. And he's good, I think, for heavyweight, maybe some more time, because he needs to eat a steak and put some weight. Just
the Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah. But Alex is big. He's big. You know, his hand is bigger than any heavyweight out there. You know, and you just gotta put like some weight in there. You know, can you imagine Alex 240 pounds? Holy shit!
That should be no problem. I know he likes to eat, right?
Oh,
so should be no problem.
It should be no problem. Believe me, it will be no problem.
Yeah, but realistically, so he needs to build the frame a little bit. And realistically speaking, maybe in 2 years, something you should do that. Not right away now, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I say, it all depends. Like with the men, say with the fights, what super fights gonna be, you know. And what the money is, you know, what the big fights is. I think he should take it because you got to take advantage of the be one of the best in the world. Like I say, top of the mountain right now.
Yeah, because he was flirting a little bit with Tom Aspinall, right? Saying maybe he should fight him, and he's now the interim champion of the heavyweights. Would that be a good fight, hypothetically speaking?
Yeah, that'd be a good fight, man. You know, Alex Aspinall strike and move a lot, and Aspinall probably gonna try to take him down. You know, and Alex is it would be a good fight for Alex too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Alex, like I say, put Alex like give him 6 months to adjust his body.
Yeah.
And then in that weight class, the guy is a monster, man. Yeah. He is that's why I'm telling you, that's why he's doing what he's doing in the world. People's not, you know, keep saying, oh, Alex, they not put him in the top 5 of like he's one of the best martial artists, you know, in the history, man. To go down through history.
And
7-time glory champion. Like as a Brazilian, I wish they give him more credit, you know.
Yeah.
And the 1 year he become a double champion for UFC, you know, and incredible what he's done.
Yeah,
you know?
It's incredible. I agree. I think, you know, if you look at his resume, it's probably one of the most storied and lauded resumes in all of combat sports. Yeah. It's incredible.
Born to fight, man.
Yeah, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like yourself. Yeah, man. Man, I want to thank you for being here. You're one of the all-time great guys, one of the all-time my favorite stories in all of combat sports, everything around it, and it was a pleasure and an honor to have you here.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you enjoy. You stay in Amsterdam, in the beautiful city of Amsterdam. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, man, I love this city. It's one of my favorite places to come, you know, and of course we're gonna enjoy here.
Good.
Thank you.
We're always gonna welcome you. Of course, I'm not gonna leave you get you leave empty-handed. We have the official
All right, man.
Vechtersbazen t-shirt for you. Lenny McLean, I don't know if you know his story. Lenny McLean was a British bare knuckle boxer, unlicensed boxer, and also
bare knuckle before the gloves.
Yeah, and like in the 70s, 80s.
Oh, okay.
He was he was a little bit of an underworld figure in London. So this is him. So I think you'll like him.
All right.
Look, your kind of guy, I think.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, my friend.
Good having you, my friend. All the best to you.
Appreciate it.
Jullie allemaal weer bedankt voor het kijken of het luisteren. Je weet, we zijn op alle platforms te vinden. Vergeet niet te liken, te delen en te abonneren. En dan zijn we de volgende week weer. Woes!
Zeg Vechtersbaas, wil je nooit meer een jab, hoek, trap of submission missen? En vooral niet onze vlijmscherpe analyses? Abonneer dan nu op ons kanaal.